you're working on something good. But if it's really good, you're gonna need a bigger room.
Well, hello everybody, it's Dexter and me again. Stuck indoors, but it is the winter time, so I guess that's a good reason for that. Although I did manage to get out last night for a beautiful, beautiful sunset. I'll pop the image up now. Probably one of the nicest sunsets I've ever seen. Anyway, moving on from landscape photography, I've always been a lover of macro photography too. I need a coffee. Oh, that's better. Now, I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy doing it, and I particularly enjoy looking at other people's proper macro photographers, macro images if you like. Now, when I shot Nikon, as most of you will know, I used to shoot Nikon before I shot Fuji. I had the excellent micro Nikkor, I think it was called, 105mm f2.8G lens. It was superb. And a few videos ago, well, probably more than that actually, I made a video about getting a macro lens to replace that because I wasn't happy with the Fuji 60mm f2.4. And when I got my GFX 50R, I said that the hunt for a macro lens was over, but that was wrong. As I said, I wasn't very happy with the Fuji 60. It was slow to focus, it was a bit old and clunky, but it was a great lens image quality wise, just that the user experience wasn't that great for me. So I swapped it for another micro Nikkor lens, but this time the 105mm f2.8 D lens. Now obviously I needed the D lens because I'm going to adapt this to fit onto my Fuji X-T2 or X-T20, so I need the manual aperture collar for it. Because obviously I have to choose aperture manually and focus it manually, which is no great shakes. I picked up an adapter off Amazon for about, I think it was 12 quid, something like that, by a company called Best Choy. It's a no-frills adapter. It doesn't look the greatest, but it does the job. It adapts the Nikkor lens to the Fuji X mount, which is all it needs to do. Given that the Nikkor lens is a true 1:1 lens and not a 1:2 like the Fuji, I couldn't be happier using a Nikkor lens again. In true old-fashioned Nikon style, the lens is really well made. It's not too heavy though, but it's got nice positive controls on it, nice smooth focus ring, and a nice clicky aperture collar. I seem to be obsessed with clicky aperture collars. But no, it does feel nice to use. Feels a very well built lens. But of course, with age comes a lack of functions. There's no vibration control or optical image stabilization, call it what you will, with this lens. And of course, given that I've adapted the lens to fit, it's fully manual. But then, that's no great problem because you can still use Fuji's excellent focus peaking to make sure that your focus is tack sharp. You can also zoom in through the viewfinder or the live view screen to check your focus. So using manual focus isn't a problem really. I use the lens and the camera I'm shooting it on like a geared rail, so moving the camera back and forwards to achieve spot on focus is easy to do, and I would recommend anybody that's into macro photography to get one of these geared rails. Again, it was from Amazon. It wasn't expensive. It was less than £10 I think, but it really does the job and helps get tack sharp focus and perfect composition on your subjects. Talking of manual focus though, the focus ring on the Nikkor 105 has a really long throw on it. It's something like 2 turns from end to end, so that really helps with getting pinpoint accurate tack sharp focus as well. The closest focusing distance of the lens I measured at 31.5 centimeters, so not too close but not bad. With the Fuji 16mm extension tube. I was expecting to get a lot closer, but it didn't. It was still stuck at 31.5cm for the closest focus distance, but there was a slight increase in magnification using the extension tube, but nothing phenomenal. But all of the build quality and user friendliness of the lens means nothing if the image quality is poor, and I'm happy to report that the image quality of this lens is superb, right up there with my old micro Nikkor G lens. The images coming out are sharp, colourful, contrasty. They're a joy to look at. Now, like I said, I'm not very good at macro photography, so when I put these images up, don't go criticising me too much. I'm a landscape photographer first and foremost, but I do really enjoy macro, and I really need to practice a lot more to up my game, to be honest. So go easy on me. So there we have it. The micro Nikkor 105mm f2.8 D lens is my new macro lens of choice. As usual, thanks for watching. I hope you found this in some way useful, and Dexter and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.
Long afloat on shipless oceans, I did all my best to smile, till your singing eyes and fingers drew me loving to your isle, and you sang, sail to me, let me enfold you. Here I am,